So that can't be predicted in regards to the injuries. We just have to wait and see how that plays out. Is there anything that could possibly come out of fall camp in the next month that's going to make you feel better or worse about this team heading against the Florida Gators?
Number one thing I want to see is, it's time for guys to go, and a lot of them have got to do it, and a lot of them have to do it all at once. But there's a lot of really good prospects on this team, and now it's time for them to become players. When your viewers see Khaleke Hudson this fall playing that Viper spot, if he wasn't wearing number 5, he's number 7 actually for Michigan. If he wasn't wearing number 5, you would think, or if he was wearing number 5, you would think, I thought Jabril Peppers got picked by the Cleveland Browns. He looks like him with bigger biceps. He's a fiend. He is a beast. All right. He looks the part, but what's the old Mel Kiper line? Looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane. Okay. So he looks like what Don Brown's Viper is supposed to look like with Michigan Harbaugh level recruiting classes. Khaleke Hudson looks like what that guy's supposed to look like. But now we got to see him play like that. Okay. We have to see him play like that. We've got to see guys like Chris Evans, who averaged over 6 yards a carry last year in limited duty at tailback and was key in bringing Michigan back against Florida State in the Orange Bowl. Well, now he's the bell cow now. And Karan Higdon, who was a nice change of pace back. Those guys are your bell cow now at running back. So, what happens if we give the ball to Chris Evans 200 times more a game? And for the first time, and this is the number one area where Michigan has yet to get over the hump under Harbaugh, is the ability to grind out a game at the end to win it. Okay, we saw that against Michigan State 2 years ago when they had the botched, punt that led to that crazy loss in 2015, and that kept Michigan out of playing out of the Big Ten championship. You saw that as well against the games they lost last year. They couldn't run out the clock against Iowa. They couldn't run out the clock against Ohio State. Okay, so their inability to physically move the line of scrimmage and have a back that can get those 2 to 3 extra grind out yards has been the difference in them now going from a laughing stock to really good under Harbaugh. And now that's the next step to going from really good to elite. So can Chris Evans or Karan Higdon, can they be that guy on a 3rd and 4? And there's a minute and a half left. You don't want to put the ball up in the air. Can they be that guy that takes the contact and gets that extra yard and a half in order to get that first down? Can a guy like a Steven Spinellis be the guy that moves the offensive line, or a Michael Onwenu? Can those guys road great and do what the Kyle Callises in the offensive line couldn't do the last couple of years, which is get those tough yards to close out games? That's what we are looking to find. I'm not worried about the talent level. To me, now it's about the production level. I think the receivers they have now are better in terms of prospects than what they saw with what they left behind in Chesson and Darvo. But can those guys make those plays? That's what we have yet to find out. And you're going to find that out pretty early when you're playing a team like Florida to start the season.
Yes, it's Michigan, Florida. It's the opening weekend there in Arlington, Texas. Steve Dace from Michigan Podcast joining us to break down Michigan football like only he can. Steve, we're running out of time, unfortunately, because I could keep you on the line talking college football all day, but I appreciate the time, man.
Always a pleasure, Mark. Anytime.